Friendly reminder to rate, like, subscribe, and follow Teach Me Good wherever you listen to podcasts. Pretty please. It helps us out a lot. Okay. Now that you've done that, go check out our Patreon where we're trying to save up to talk to Tony Hawk via Cameo. Plus you get lots of perks like a mug. And exclusive episodes. Love you. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome to the Teach Me Good podcast with your host Art Kai. Soon you'll hear from him and his friend Fernando, and later they'll talk to a special guest who will teach them about something. Not everything will be accurate, but hey, we're all just trying our best out here. Yeehaw! Enjoy.
Whole excursion. We're here. Toren, thank you for doing this with me. Finally,
Sure.
This is our first live episode
Together.
Yeah, together.
You've done it without me.
Right.
It's kind of fucked up.
Why is that fucked up?
Never mind. It's not that fucked up.
It's fine. And we also have another friend here. His name is
Steven.
Hey, Steven. Good to see you.
You mentioned the excursion earlier. Do you want to explain what that was?
What happened?
And why we did that?
Yeah, I guess we can. I forgot. I came to a person's apartment and I had everything set up and it was a whole thing and it took forever. Toren was complaining about everything, and then next thing you know, I don't have the SD card. So here I am.
And then we went and got the SD card and
Right,
I
got
got
the food.
fed, which I was also complaining about.
This is actually good because I wanted to ask you about the decisions you made where you have not slept and you have not eaten, and you knew that this podcast was happening today. Why? What happened? What's going on, buddy?
Well, to be fair, like 3 minutes ago you said thank you for prioritizing the pod, so now you're throwing me under the bus, which feels
Yeah, well,
unfair.
it's just chaos. It's just chaos.
To be honest, as a longtime listener, I was led to believe that this was a professional operation, and it is clearly not.
No, it really is. I'm looking at all the stuff I have. I mean, you guys can't see the viewers at home can't see it, but we have so many cables and things. I'm impressed by myself. That I set this up.
Even as a co-host of the pod, I didn't realize how much setup was involved.
It's a lot of setup.
I just set up my own shit
Yeah,
remotely.
right. But
That's
there's
easy.
cameras. We have the Zoom H6, which is a great little portable recorder.
Toren, is your setup like this at all? Because I can't imagine you doing anything
Putting
like
it in
this.
this.
No, I have similar webcams, and then I do have a stand, but it's much smaller for my mic. And
Yeah,
same headphones as Art's wearing right now,
yeah.
because I think you recommended them.
Yeah.
Because those are Steven's headphones.
sure.
That's Art's
Because
wearing.
Art, of course, did not bring his own headphones.
Well, that's another thing. So I forgot my headphones and my the SD cards. I had to go buy them, and then I'm using Steven's headphones, and it's I feel naked. I feel this isn't right. Something's off, because these aren't my headphones. I prefer the Audio Technica. You got the Sonys, the classics.
Are the Audio Technica ones flat?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Are these flat? I didn't even
Yeah.
look. Okay.
Yeah, they're flat.
They're good.
I think.
This is actually a good segue into what I was sort of thinking about on the train on the way here. This feeling of recklessness. Do you feel like you're a reckless person, Toren?
I don't think so. I mean, I can be
Interesting.
a slightly reckless driver.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you drive fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've driven me a few times. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think. Well, I've got more reckless as when I'm in New York City, I drive very defensively because I have to.
You don't
But
want your
then-
car to be destroyed.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I was thinking about this because I think the not sleeping and the not eating is just it's reckless. But I'm not like saying it's a bad thing because
Yeah.
I personally feel like I want to be more reckless, but I just don't do it.
That's so funny
You know
because
what
I feel the opposite about myself. I feel very
Really?
straight-laced and boring. So I'm going to start putting on my dating profiles pretty
Pretty reckless.
reckless. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think just like any decision, do you feel pretty reckless, Steven?
Well, it depends on how much I've drank.
Okay,
I mean, neither of you drink, so
right.
I drink sometimes.
my advice is if you want to be reckless, is
Yeah.
drink more.
I guess what I'm thinking is impulsivity, sort of a part of it, kind of just like letting loose and getting in situations where I haven't slept and eaten, but that's fine. I'm gonna do this pod. You know what I mean?
Well, the not sleeping, it wasn't reckless. It was just I couldn't fall asleep. And then then the fucking New York City Marathon, which I hate.
Happened.
And I'm gonna go on record on saying I hate.
Yeah.
Woke me up at 9 a.m. So
Um,
I was sleeping on an air mattress. And
Yeah.
So
It's not perfect, not ideal.
right,
That's not like you're up all night.
partying.
Yeah, in my mind you were when you first told me, and I was like, dude, he has.
But I did go to a wedding. Congrats, Jesse
To
and
you?
Emily.
Oh, I was gonna say.
To me for getting invited.
For getting invited, yeah.
I do feel honored. Like I was telling the groom that I felt like Luca Brasi when he gets invited to Don Corleone's wedding. He feels very honored and out of place.
Yeah. Now you're a made man.
Yep.
Nice. Godfather.
You want a high five?
I was entirely lost.
Have you not seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my God,
Wow.
Steven.
I own all 3 of them on VHS.
Oh, nice.
That is a very Steven thing to do, to fucking own those 3 on VHS and not see them.
in your apartment right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
In your actual house
Well, this is.
somewhere.
You mean his parents' house?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would call this his actual house.
Right. Sorry. My bad. I was gonna say though. What?
Yeah, because this is where I live, and then I store a bunch of the crap that I don't need.
Sure.
At my parents' house.
Yeah, Steven's off camera right now. If you guys haven't figured that out, he's not going to be on camera. He specifically asked not to be on camera. But the marathon. I feel like everyone has a I'm now a New Yorker story. I'm sorry, Steven, you are a native person, so this might annoy you as a transplant. You know how people talk like I have this story that makes me a New Yorker?
No, I've never heard that before ever.
Well, good thing that Fernando's not here, because the two
Yeah.
of them with their sarcasm
With
might
our
lose my
yeah, it would have
mind.
been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's funny. Well, I lived here for 4.5 years and never once ran into the New York City Marathon, and then I'm here for
One day.
3
days.
yeah,
Dude.
for a weekend, and my life was ruined by
I
it.
also hate the New York Marathon.
Good.
Because one year I was gonna go grab a bagel at my bagel spot,
Yeah.
and the whole street that I had to cross, New York Marathon was happening.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to my bagel. It was literally like just an intersection away. I just looked at it from afar.
Yeah.
And like I'm so fucking pissed.
Because you
you
not
know
run through?
You can't. No, it's all like fenced off.
Well, I crossed the New York City Marathon like 5 times today.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Well, there's also crowds.
And you didn't jump the fence and,
I did not
and run
jump the
across?
fence.
I feel like you have to. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
way you can't. Like, I was thinking about it today, and I felt bad for crossing the marathon, but
Yeah.
it's like, it's a big city.
Right.
You know, it's pretty
There's a lot of
hard to
people.
not cross it.
Did anyone like assist you in like crossing it?
No. And it was tough. I was crossing with a couple of people who were pretty absent-minded. So,
That's-
like, I made it happen. I crossed, and I look behind me, and they're there.
weren't-
I waited another 5 minutes.
Do they not have designated areas where you can cross?
They do.
Because
but I didn't want to go look.
a few months ago there was the 5-borough bike race here.
That sounds even worse.
Well, the route goes through all 5 boroughs and then
Right.
you bike.
Right.
And I was trying to walk somewhere, and I had
didn't
to
work.
wait for a billion bikes to go by before they let me cross the street.
Dude, I'm telling you, this city's over. Maybe I'll move to Charlotte, where things make more sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How's that been?
It's been nice, really
Yeah?
nice. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say to you people that I love, but I cannot wait to go back to Charlotte where everything's so much
You already
easier.
feel that way? You're like, get me the hell out of here.
I felt that way like yesterday.
Really? The
Maybe.
moment you landed. I guess
Well,
that
no,
was
I got here on Thursday night. I was fine. Good to see Steven. And then
Yeah.
Friday went, and I was fine. Well, my dad drove me around, so
Sure.
I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
And then come Saturday, I was like, okay, I'm sick of the city.
Wow.
Why?
It's just so much harder. I'm pretty lazy and I like to walk, so.
You do?
Oh, sorry. Right. I don't like to walk. The opposite of that.
I was extremely surprised.
The opposite
Yeah,
of
no.
walking, you
Well,
like
here-
to be stationary.
I don't mind like going on hikes and
Yeah.
camping and stuff, and I honestly didn't really mind walking when I lived here, but I think after like 3 years of not walking, it's like, well, why the fuck would I do this?
Dude,
There's
I
a
don't
much
know.
easier way to get around.
Walking is the best.
Oh, it's elite.
Yeah.
It's top notch.
Yeah.
I wish I could walk right now. I wish we could do a podcast walking. That's a pretty good idea.
I
Oh,
do
yeah,
like to walk
that
and
is actually a
talk.
really
A
good
good
idea.
idea. Yeah, walk and talk.
Do you know the podcast but outside?
Yeah, I've seen it.
This could be a similar idea. A
People
podcast but walking.
look. I don't want to brag, but I had that idea before they did. I was like, I want to post up at a park and talk to random people.
Yeah, but you
They
didn't
fucking-
you didn't
I
do
Get
it.
there in time.
You didn't do it.
I also had the idea of a smartphone before people thought about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I was drawing them when I was a wee lad. I was like, what if we had just a screen that was this size, and then we could do a bunch of computer stuff on them.
You're the one.
Being a genius.
You're the one who came up with that idea.
I came with yeah.
Wow.
Have you guys never thought about that? Like, when you were a kid, I remember trying to convince people, like, hey, this is the next new thing, and no one believed me.
Yeah,
So
I feel like I also came up with that idea. I feel
You
like it's
liar.
a pretty easy idea to come up with.
no, no, you're right. Same with the podcast outside. I think that's also probably people have thought about that.
Are you shitting on our fellow potters?
No, I'm just saying.
To be honest,
peers?
you should cut this whole segment because we're promoting their podcast and they haven't.
No, hey, I do this pod for fun. I think that
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Are
They
we
paid
paying?
me a lot of
I was
money.
gonna say we did pay you. It's hard to get you, but
That's
we came through.
that's where all the Patreon funds went.
Right. We were thinking of talking to Tony Hawk, but we're like, you know what? Let's just talk to our friend Steven. And then we were like, how much is this? How much does it talk to you? And you
Yeah,
said $10,000, and I said that's how much it is to talk to Tony Hawk. So
Is it really? 10
I
grand?
think it's $1,000 for 10 minutes.
That's a lot of time, though. 10 minutes?
10 minutes?
Yeah.
But then I feel like, I don't know, because like you spend the first 5 minutes being like, hey, oh my god, thank you so much for doing this. Like, this is so cool.
No. If you're
No?
paying him, you don't have to thank him.
I was listening to him on another podcast, and apparently some dude has paid like about 40 minutes worth of cameo money to him, and he keeps doing it because like it's like $1,000 each time, right? And so he's like, is he putting together a podcast? Like, I'm not sure what he's doing, and apparently he just likes to just record sessions with him, just talking, and just
Interesting.
paying him.
It's like the world's most expensive therapy.
Yeah.
To talk to Tony Hawk.
Yeah, he is a cool guy though. Like
He
he's like,
seems
one,
like a cool guy.
one of my favorite people in the world. Influential, inspiring.
But Steven hates celebrity worship, so let's get off this
Do
topic.
you actually?
We just talked about that.
I don't know. That's a complicated question.
Well, let's get into it.
It's not. It's a yes or no question. Do you hate
Depends.
celebrity worship?
Here and there.
Well, how do you define that? Celebrity worship.
I mean, like the whole culture of, holding celebrities in a higher strata than the rest of society.
Right. I mean, yeah, I don't really like that.
Yeah, but you might if you were a celebrity.
Maybe, but I don't think I would ever want to be a celebrity. Would you want to be a celebrity?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, it actually, I don't know. It sounds kind of terrible.
Well, it depends. I mean, there's like very many levels to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So like maybe being speaking of other podcasts, listening to Sam Harris, who Steven has issue with, but he was just talking about how
I'm gonna walk out.
Yeah, that's
Oh, we're bringing him in as a guest, so
it's pretty cancelable on your end.
I don't know. Well, whatever. Anyway, fuck, I'm not even a celebrity yet. I'm already canceled.
Well, for me, the biggest thing is I wouldn't be able to walk places anymore. I'd have to give that up. But you don't like walking.
Yeah, I
so
don't like walking, so that'd be fine.
It's a good fit for you.
Yeah, the way that Sam says it is he's surprised, like, any time that he gets recognized, but it happens enough where he shouldn't be surprised by it. And I feel like that would be ideal.
Interesting.
But it would be tough. I don't know. I wonder how many people come up to him and are upset. It seems like not many.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you hate him, I don't know, like you wouldn't really know what he looks like.
Right.
Unless you, like,
look
you're a
into
big
him.
fan and
Right.
then you know. So.
But you want to be in that level where some people will be like, oh, you're that guy.
Well,
Occasionally.
it's honestly, I guess, I mean, I also associate the perks of being money, I guess.
Right.
I'd like to be rich.
You want to be rich.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you want to be anonymously rich.
Yeah. Or a celebrity. It wouldn't really matter.
As long as he's rich.
As long
Yeah.
as he makes money.
Yeah. I honestly just to not have to do the things that I don't want to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be a celebrity at all.
No.
Damn. I think I'm with you, unfortunately.
Are you serious?
Yeah, a little bit.
So the
What, am I
whole
doing
comedy
stand-up?
career that
Well,
you're going for?
That's so funny because I was talking to Fernando, who's not here, R.I.P. He did die, but he's very honest about like, yeah, I want to be famous, and I think that's just like it seems so bad because you're like, you don't know who your real friends are. You know what I mean? You have all this money that's like, what do I do with it, kind of thing, which is like weird to have. I feel like having a lot of money is like weird because like I want it all, but also like I should probably use it for like good things, but also like why do I have to use it for good things? And then the criticism that comes with like being a rich person and a celebrity. I guess you don't have to be rich to be a celebrity, but like, I don't think like Greta Thunberg is rich. Maybe she's rich. I don't know. She did sail around the world, so I guess that's a rich person thing to do.
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah, it was not around the world, but she sailed.
Yeah, she sailed
Distance.
from wherever she lives to here
Yeah,
because
Like
of its less environmental impact than
Nordic
flying.
country, right?
Interesting.
By herself, which is crazy. But again, rich person thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it'd just be a lot of stress, which I don't want to. Like, stress that I feel like is so hard to deal with. Like, if they feel very real, like being perceived all the time and like not sure who real friends are and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I think it'd be difficult to make friends after you get famous, but luckily you already have a ton of friends. So.
I do love making friends, so maybe it is good. Maybe this is what I want. I don't know. But yeah, I think stand-up like I really don't. I don't know. Want to be like huge, but it's weird because there's an element of like you need fans to like sustain your life.
Would you consider comedians celebrities?
Some, depending. Like John Mulaney for sure. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Gary Goldman, maybe not. I wouldn't consider him a celebrity. What do you think, Toren?
Yeah, I mean Gary Goldman's tough because he's 6'6", so he's getting recognized no matter what.
But you know what I mean though? Like he's not like on TV. You know? Like,
Right. I mean, I don't even know who that is.
Exactly. Right. But, like,
Gary Goldman actually has a great celebrity moment where I think it was actually one of my friends who shouted at him. He saw him on the subway and he said, "Gary, you're the greatest." And he replied immediately, it was in the subway, and he's like, if I was the greatest, I wouldn't be taking the subway. It's like, that's perfect.
He had a great bit, Fernando was telling me about it, like he, I think Seinfeld dropped into the Comedy Cellar, right? Or maybe no, he didn't drop in, but he was talking shit to Seinfeld, about Seinfeld, and maybe he dropped in, I don't know what triggered this, but he was complaining about like how he is, people consider him, you know, the most successful comedian, which is true, he probably makes the most money, I guess Jeffrey Dunham, he makes more money anyway, it doesn't matter, but he was like, all right, let's imagine this. Jerry Seinfeld is the funniest person in the world, but is he like 1,200,000? He like just like said this, like the gap between him yeah
Okay, so
very funny.
Yeah, I think Art had a difficult time telling that story.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember the details.
So the bit is Gary Goldman is doing a set, and he says, like, you know, I've recently started making money off of comedy, and I've made, like, let's say I have $50,000 in my bank account.
Right.
And Jerry Seinfeld has $500 million in his bank account.
Sure.
And sure, let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that he's better than me.
Yeah.
He's not, like you said, 1,000 times better than me.
Which but the joke is, like, it's so good because he, like, basically says how much he makes.
Yeah.
It's just like a pathetic amount.
Right.
And it's so funny.
I highly recommend, instead of watching this on YouTube or listening to it, you just go and Google Gary Goldman and listen to that for an hour.
Because he probably doesn't want Seinfeld to be like, he's not posted anywhere. Like, that joke isn't posted anywhere. Like, Fernando just talked to us about that joke. That's why we know it.
Well, I've seen that bit.
You've seen that bit? Like,
yeah, well, maybe I just saw him do it.
Yeah. It's so
but
funny.
I don't know. He does it a little bit better than Art does.
No?
Well, he's a comedian.
Right.
Yeah.
And he wants to be famous.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Does he?
So.
He's talked about
I
that?
don't know. I don't think so. I
Let's
listened to a
get him
lot
on
of
the pod.
interviews. I would love to talk to him. I don't know what we talked about, but he loves collaging. I know that now.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like putting collages together.
Like taking pictures from magazines?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, to be honest.
He's
I sort
very,
of missed that.
He's very, what?
From middle school art class?
Yeah. He says it's very therapeutic, and you kind of just look at pretty pictures, and you just like take the time to cut it out and put it on a thing, and now you have like a sort of vision board kind of thing. Maybe more of a subconscious board, I would say, because I don't think he's doing it as like, I want to do this. It's kind of like, this is what I find to be appealing. You should try it out, Toren.
Yeah, maybe. It sounds weird, but
Not convinced.
it reminds me of something I just saw on Reddit where this guy was like making fun of Jackson Pollock, like some dude in 8th grade or whatever, and then someone was like, you know, if you really think you could do it, go do it. And then he like spent the next year of like middle school just like playing with colors and like doing it all and like actually falling in love with the process.
Wow.
So like
Aww.
he kind of like learned to appreciate it, which is kind of funny.
That's sweet. That's like a nice story.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that stuff you have to see in person to really appreciate. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the artist, but it's really. There was a woman, and she paints white canvases, and so like if you take a picture of it,
It's just white.
it's just white.
Yeah.
If you look at it from far away, it's just white. But she uses the white paint they use for traffic lines.
Oh.
So it actually has those little plastic beads in it, so it's
Yeah.
reflective. And so whatever shapes she paints and patterns she paints, depending on how the light hits it, you can actually see designs and stuff in it because of basically the directionality of the paintbrush strokes and the reflective
That shit's cool.
material in the paint.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
That's really interesting.
Did you see one of the paintings?
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them. They were at the Whitney.
Oh.
It was before the pandemic, so
Yeah. I mean, so
long
I was
time
in the
ago.
city then. I don't know. I feel like could have gotten an invite.
Yeah, what
there,
kind of
but
museums does Charlotte have?
I haven't been to a museum. I think we have the Mint Museum because there's a mint.
Is that you?
yeah.
How's your stomach?
This is my stomach.
You hungry, dude?
No.
That was insane.
No.
It sounded like it was coming from the TV. That was so, because I headphones on.
The
That was
TV's
insane.
off. So
Yeah, well, I thought maybe behind the TV or something.
Well,
It was
we were
like
having. I was just
cat.
making a reference to earlier when we were arguing whether the TV would
should
make
be-
noise if
yeah.
it was on.
Your
but neither.
stomach doesn't make noises like that when you're digesting?
It does. It was just so in my ear that I literally thought it was behind me. It was just crazy.
Interesting. I knew where it was
gonna be on the. It's gonna be on the. Which I love. Anyway, what were you saying? Sorry, the Mint Museum.
Yeah, I mean
that's it. Do they have mint or coins?
Coins. Yeah, it's like the mint is in. I think the big. Well, there's
not a crazy thing to ask. All right.
A little bit. Yeah,
Why?
I'm being a little condescending. I don't know.
There's a lot of kinds of mint.
How many?
I don't know. Enough. I could see a museum of mint.
You mean okay? Sure.
I can see like a quirky museum, like the Mint Museum.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So not being condescending. It's a genuine question.
No, I was being condescending.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
There you go. Yeah, I haven't been to museums yet, and it always brings up this depressing memory that I have of going to Paris and coming back on the plane and seeing like it's like they think you're a tourist, so they're like things to do in New York City, and I'm like, oh, I've lived here for like 3 years and haven't done any of these things. Like,
well, you don't have to. Like, I've never been to the top of the Empire State Building.
Sure, but there's like things that
check it out.
They showed that I'd like to do. You know, like go to this museum or that museum or whatever, and it's like maybe I should do that. But yeah, Empire State Building hasn't. I don't feel like I've missed out.
Yeah, there is an element of it's kind of fun being a tourist. I feel like doing things that are touristy.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Entirely. Yeah.
I think a lot of people would disagree, but I feel like I'm a well-traveled guy. I just came back from Greece. No big deal. But no, it's like kind of fun because you kind of get like the American lens version of this country. It's like so. I think if you go in with like some awareness of it, it's like a silly time sometimes, personally. And that's why I think it's like it's interesting too because it's also like Greeks trying to like appeal to Americans. So you kind of get like how they think we like the things we like. You know what I mean?
Can you give us a single example?
Yeah, like an American restaurant that like sells burgers, and you're supposed to like it's for like Americans who like miss burgers. Like,
honestly, that's really terrible. If you go to Greece and you eat a burger, then why did you go to Greece in the first place?
Well, they do have Greek burgers.
They do.
I mean,
but I think
no, they don't.
Like an American burger.
Yeah, they do on American restaurants. Bear Burger, I think, has a Greek burger, or it's like feta cheese or whatever.
Sounds good.
Is it with lamb?
Ooh, maybe
beef. I think so. Oh yeah, I forget the Bear Burger does all the fun.
They have crazy meats. Yeah, but you're anti anything tourist at all.
I'm not anti, as in no one should do it. I just personally don't enjoy doing it. But the burger thing, that's really
crazy. Well, you shouldn't spend your whole time doing it. Like if you're in a different country, you spend like a little time doing it, right? Like if I was visiting like New York City as like a person from I don't know Greece, I'd be like I'm for sure going to Times Square. That sounds silly as hell.
Why?
It's great. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's an interesting thing to see, even if it's for tourists.
Yeah, I think there's things worth seeing once.
Yeah, exactly.
Times Square being one of them. I think, the Statue of Liberty is kind of underwhelming.
Underwhelming?
Yeah.
It's also in Jersey, technically.
I also haven't done that.
Yeah. I did do that once with my family, and I'm not going to lie, I teared up on the boat when they were talking about how a bunch of immigrants came through Ellis Island, and they would take similar boat paths, and they were talking about how this is the first thing they would see, and they would see the city. I was like, I started tearing up a little
I've been to Ellis Island. Ellis Island is
That's
cool.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's also crazy. But yeah, I got emotional during that tour. So, yeah, what I'm saying is being a tour guide, sometimes you tear up because it's nice and fun and makes you think about things in life. So, fuck y'all. Are you anti or pro tourism stuff?
I said just like 2 seconds ago that I think there's some things you should do, like go to Times Square once.
But not everything.
Sure, like like I haven't been to the top of the Empire State Building, and I don't feel like I'm super missing out. Yeah. You know,
I haven't either actually, but I have been to the top of the Rockefeller. It's pretty good views. Not gonna lie.
I hear the Freedom Tower is the best one to go up.
Yeah. That. You're checking your phone right now? What's going on, buddy?
He's really bored.
Yeah. Are you bored?
Actually, your girlfriend texted me. So
my girlfriend?
Wait, no,
we broke up.
A different Lauren.
No, what? You're talking to a different Lauren? Like
Lauren
that we know?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
That she's not coming to the show tonight. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
And she's back in New York. She should have just said that she's not back in New York. Like lied.
No, it's fine.
But she's honest. She's good. Lauren. Is good.
I don't expect her or any of her other New York friends to come.
Well, I do because I'm here for 2 days.
Right, and you're trying to hang.
Yeah. But I have my 2 favorite people here. So.
Who's that?
Yeah. What are our names?
Do you want me to say them? Steven doesn't want me to say them.
Don't do it.
I wasn't sure if you were including yourself.
My 2 favorite people. Yeah. We've spoken for the past 10 years, and you think I'm one of my favorite people?
Yeah, definitely. No, you hate yourself, as we all do.
I do. Yeah.
We all hate you. unfortunately. I had a thought about like studio artists, because we're talking about art and stuff. Do you think they want to be famous? Like that's
What do you mean, like musicians?
No, like canvas, like painters, like what you were talking about, that woman.
I think some of them definitely do.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you think all stand-up comedians want to be famous?
I think, I mean, I feel like most stand-up comedians want to be successful at what they're doing, which requires
a big audience.
I sort of feel like for a lot of artists, maybe comedians too,
yeah,
because they want to be successful doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And usually fame
is necessary
to do that, whether they're doing that on purpose or not.
Yeah.
Like it just sort of happens if you're being successful at what you're doing.
Right.
It's kind of interesting because you got to like, I mean, you could be an incredible artist and not sell paintings or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a very narrow definition of success, which is of course necessary because you got to pay for shit.
Yeah. Which I wonder, like, I guess it's easier to be like an artist, quote unquote, like painter, drawer, illustrator, someone who can do it kind of isolated and not have to worry about like gaining an audience. I think it's easier to do that. You kind of just do what you want. But I wonder if they all have like an inkling of like sharing. You know what I mean? Like I need to share this with people. I need to like people to like consume this and consume my expressions.
Yeah, or even just the act of creating.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I write so much music, but
it's all
no one has heard any of it.
Do you have an inkling though of like sharing it? You've shared it with me.
Yeah, some stuff I share, but nothing has been complete enough that I want to share it.
But once it's complete, you do want to share it.
Right,
eventually.
but my name will not be attached to it.
Wow.
Entirely anonymous.
Wow. You want to be like a Daft Punk kind of thing.
Well, they're not anonymous.
Do we know who they are? I guess
yes,
now we do.
We know who they are.
Have we always known?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What about like Marshmallow?
I don't know
Daft
anything
Punk?
about him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a Fortnite skin, pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was after I stopped playing Fortnite.
Are you Marshmallow, dude?
Get back on and get Marshmallow.
Cut this from the pod.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but I think yeah, it's interesting. Like musicians probably feel that way. Like I need it.
Right, and music's also weird because there's a lot of styles of music where it's pretty much impossible to have a career playing music.
Right.
So a lot of them are teachers, especially because like teachers, you teach for 9 months out of the year, and then you have the summer
all the time.
So then you can tour.
Right.
During the summer.
I've met a bunch of comedians who became teachers thinking they could do that. Like, oh, like the summers to like really work on comedy, and then like after work I can do comedy. But like being a teacher is so time consuming that they are burnt out, and they most of them have quit comedy at this point, which I think is interesting.
So they picked teaching over comedy.
Yeah,
just they chose eating and having a roof over their heads.
Right.
So not.
I mean, teaching doesn't pay particularly well either.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I think with like stand up especially though, you can't do it in your house. You have to go out and do it. You know what I mean? You have to get an audience to find a stage. Well, like music, you can kind of just chill in your house and put shit together. With hopefully eventually do live. I guess not all musicians want to do live shows, but you know, there's an element of that. Maybe. I don't know. Do you want to do would you do a live show?
Possibly. I tend to not want to work on music with other people because I have a specific vision of how things have to be.
Dude.
And other people don't.
Yeah.
But it's not really possible to play live without other people. So I have to cross that bridge.
You could be like a DJ. And just be yourself, right? Do yourself?
It's not the type of music that Steven makes. Yeah. If I don't know what images are caught in the shot, but there's a lot of black metal imagery.
I don't think any of that's in the shot.
Okay, well, now everybody knows.
Some of it's in it.
Oh, yeah?
This shoe is.
Oh.
Can we shout out that band?
What band?
The
Vilcas's?
top one? Vilcas's.
This one?
No, the one, that one.
This one?
No, that one. Left.
Oh, my God.
That one.
Yeah.
You can't see that. That's out of shot.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
fine.
Oh, that's the concert poster
Vilcas's.
from the concert Toren I went to in June.
Oh, shit. That's cool. Anyway, sorry, guys. You can't see what we're looking at all, but that's all right.
But Vilcas's. It's the name.
Yeah,
now
it's a good
everybody can
band.
look it up.
It's a good band.
It's a good band.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn, I'll look it up. I don't know music. Okay, I'm not a music guy. However, I don't know. I was watching that documentary, and you do kind of remind me of James Murphy from LCD Sound System.
Unfortunately.
Are you anti James Murphy?
No, I mean I've only ever listened to that one LCD Sound System song that you sent me, and I don't remember which one it was. But you're like, this is like my favorite song ever. And it's really important to me, and I really hope you like it. And I listened to it and then shout all over it.
Was it All My Friends?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Was it during the New Year? because I always listen to that song during the New Year.
Yeah, it very
hits.
well may have been.
Yeah, which is fine. You don't have to like music.
And to be honest,
yeah,
I should probably give them a better chance.
A better chance.
Yeah,
they have some, but he's very like I'm sure a bunch of musicians are, but he's famously like I have a vision, do not fuck with it. Like very hard to work with, apparently. So that's you. But he has a band, so you can maybe make it work. Maybe find people who are willing to flex for you.
Right.
Let's start a band. That's what I'm trying to say.
You want to be in the band?
Yeah, I'll be in a band. I can play a little bit of piano and a little bit of guitar.
Cool.
So
that's all you need.
That's all you need.
And Toren's gonna be the drummer.
I was gonna say, do you know how to play drums?
No, but I want to.
You told me you were gonna learn.
I did, but I feel pretty confident that I don't have the timing for guitar. I mean,
drums.
Anything.
Right? You don't need to.
Isn't that like? Don't
point?
they do the timing?
The
drums.
Right. If you like, maybe you don't have the timing to be like a really professional drummer who plays like really tightly and accurately.
Right.
But you can play loud as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is that
shit
the
out of
vision you're
drums.
looking for?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then there you go.
You also
I can
just
be the drummer.
play, and then everyone else will just follow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That would be very bad because I'm not good at keeping time.
Well, no, then that's on the other.
No,
musicians.
usually a lot of drummers they play with the click track in their ear.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
I don't know that
Because usually, especially for larger bands, like all the backing tracks are synced to that.
See,
FX.
This is what we're learning now. This is interesting.
Right. So usually they all have the earpiece in and they can hear the click track, so they're all playing along.
Yeah, everybody has a click track.
Yeah, because like they have the click track and then they have the monitors that they're playing, because they're not gonna.
Yeah.
They can't hear the drums accurately.
Have you ever played a live show before?
I mean, not like. Back when I was younger and took guitar lessons and piano lessons, I played
in a band.
No, I played live at like a recital for like everyone's parents and stuff.
God, does
that count as a live show?
Yeah, for sure. I remember I almost did a recital for piano, and I got so nervous, and I like quit piano, and I quit. I just didn't do the recital at all.
In high school, we were gonna do a cover of what was that? What was that Lonely Island song? I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Yeah.
Yeah, we were gonna do a cover of that.
That's a good one
for a talent show.
Yeah,
we had one practice, and we never did it.
So bands usually go.
Right.
Yeah. Damn.
It's pretty funny that Art is a comedian now on stage and everything, even though he couldn't pull it together to be a pianist.
Well, I hated piano.
Yeah,
like,
I hated piano too. I was forced to do it for 5 years.
Forced to play. Yeah, me too.
And I gave it up as soon as my parents would let me give it up, and I regret it entirely.
Yeah. Really? I have no regrets.
Oh, I would absolutely love to be able to play piano well. Yeah.
Can you read music? Do you ever?
No, I can't read music, which is a big.
Did you do like Suzuki method? What would you do?
Usually I just memorized it and I played like that.
Just like the keys and what to do.
Right, because like I can read the notes if I count them, but just looking at it I can't sight read at all.
Whoa, I got to that point though. Like
I don't know.
My teacher's very good about like, all right, focus on those notes. So I can like read notes.
I don't know if there's some sort of like
weird.
If it's like related to like dyslexia or something, but like I literally cannot read the notes on the staff.
Well, do you know Suzuki method? Have you heard of it?
No, I don't.
It's like learning through just listening, and like it's very popular with violinists apparently. Because I know this because my piano teacher's name was married to a violinist, and he always complained about the Suzuki method because he's classically trained, and his wife is not. His wife is Suzuki trained, and he would always talk about like they just like listen to songs over and over again and they try to like mimic the sounds, and that's how you learn. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, that's essentially how I learned guitar.
Yeah, so maybe you did. Also, I probably am butchering what actually Suzuki method is. So
right, but this isn't a podcast about learning anything or being accurate at all.
This is not even a podcast. We're just hanging out, chilling. Look at us, 3 dudes chilling. That's what every podcast should be. And honestly, that's what every podcast is.
Yeah, man. We could enter a niche market.
We could. Anyway, this idea of fame is interesting to me though. Like you want to be anonymous if you do make your music, share it, but you want it to blow up, right? You eventually want it to be like the biggest thing ever.
No.
Really?
I want the people who like it
to like
it.
But you want some people to like it.
Yeah, at least one.
Like your friends?
Yeah, sure.
Would you want random people to like it?
Sure, if they like it, they can like it.
But you're not gonna like try to get random people to listen.
No, I'll probably put it on Bandcamp.
Okay, but that's like there's an element.
Post some links places.
There's an element
tag it correctly
of like I want some people to find it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. I feel like there's a deeper you sort of want a lot of people to find it, right? Like ideally that'd be sick, right?
Right, ideally.
Yeah.
But I doubt it.
That's a difference though, right? So there is an element of like you want large appeal.
I guess, but there's like, let me think of a way to say this. No, just the right way to phrase it.
Sure.
Is generally people like pleasant sounding things.
Okay.
Or not even, maybe pleasant is the wrong word.
Melodic, harmonic.
No, like if you just listen to any song, not even a pop song, just any song that comes out nowadays, it all sounds, well, no, I'm talking about like the actual sound of like the recording. It's very loud and undynamic. And like what I mean by that is like the volume and like the chorus and the verses is all the same.
Sure.
Even in the quiet parts of the song, it's very compressed and the volume of the whole thing is brought up highly. And it makes it very undynamic. And part of the reason they do that is a technical thing, because most people listen to music on like iPod headphones,
right,
or like
shitty headphones,
or phone speakers,
right?
And so doing that allows the entire song to be heard.
Yeah.
When you're playing it on not great speakers,
right?
But personally, I find stuff sounds a lot better when it's more dynamic,
interesting,
and less compressed.
Yeah. Even with podcasting, like editing, there's a lot of like you can really get deep into the dynamic compression. I feel like I've listened to podcasts where I'm like, this is so compressed and this sounds terrible.
Right, but you can notice it if you listen to like I don't know if stuff's on like Spotify, but if you listen to like older recordings, like stuff that came out in like the 70s,
sure, a
lot of times like your phone volume can't go high enough to like really hear it properly outside.
Yeah,
just because the overall volume is so low.
Right. So you want to make stuff that's not compressed at all.
Well, it is compressed, just less heavily compressed and more dynamic. Basically, I want to make stuff that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Basically, I want to make the music that I want to listen to.
Right. And if people listen to it, that's great.
Right.
If not, whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I feel about stand-up as well. Where it's like, people like it, that's great.
Right. And I told you I wouldn't come on this podcast until I had something to promote. And I don't. And I don't have anything to promote because
you could promote your. I've listened to your stuff. You have a profile. There's profiles. You could do it.
Yeah, but that only exists so I can listen to it when I walk around.
Yeah. Have you listened to his music?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is. Cool. It is pretty good.
Okay. It's not for me, but it's pretty good. No, I do like it. I don't know if it's like my genre of music that I listen to.
No, I have some other stuff that maybe in
more
other genres.
More my genre. You know.
Yeah, I'll send that. I'll send that later.
Okay. I listen to a lot of I listen to a lot of funky stuff usually anyway, groovy stuff. So, do you need any of that?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you really make all kinds of music?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oops.
It's actually a better angle for Toren.
keep that in the
pod.
Yeah, I kicked the tripod.
Damn.
Yeah, actually some friends and we created a podcast once.
What?
We recorded one episode.
Hell yeah.
There were 3 of us, and I only had one microphone.
Sure.
So I just put it in the center, and it sounded awful.
Yeah, I think you told me this.
It was no, it wasn't even a snowball.
Oh really? Was it a Blue Yeti?
No, it was. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
But we drank a lot and talked about baseball. And it was one of my friends who also knows a lot about baseball, like me, and our other friend who knows nothing about sports.
Right.
And I recorded a little funky intro song for it.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for a new intro for this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll hit up some people. Do you have any suggestions for anyone?
No.
Okay. We'll talk after.
Yeah.
But Toren, you and I, we'll start a band, and then Steven can ghostwrite all.
Yeah,
the
Toren.
songs.
I mean, you should learn how to drum.
You want to be famous?
I should.
Yeah, you want to be famous? You can do that.
You're the only person who actually sort of agreed to wanting some sort of fame.
You also live in a place where you can have space for a drum kit, and your neighbors won't get mad.
Well,
the dog would probably go crazy.
Yeah, the dog, and then I'm in a duplex, and my neighbor next to me has 3 dogs, so that would suck.
How many drums?
How many drums?
They also have drums.
They might.
Yeah. You can soundproof your room.
But couldn't I just use the,
drum machine?
Yeah.
No, it's not as good.
No, I mean like they're like plasticky stuff.
Oh, electronic kit. I'm thinking about getting one.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be good to learn.
You also use brushes. You know what I mean? You know what those are, right? Brushes.
Mm-hmm.
Those are quieter.
It's just less. Yeah, I don't know.
They do sound different though. So
yeah, feels like it would bug me.
Yeah. You think about drumming? That'd be cool.
I mean, I'm thinking about doing a lot of things.
Yeah. What else?
I don't know. Bettering my life a little bit.
How's that going, by the way? Let's check in. How's the therapy going?
It's going well.
Yeah. You still the same therapist as the last time we talked?
I don't remember.
I think you moved to Charlotte and you started talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Therapy-wise.
Yeah.
Same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't changed. It's going well?
Yeah, it's going pretty well.
Do you feel like a different person?
Not entirely. No.
Do you feel more? What's the difference? How do you feel different? And how's it going well?
Well, I also started taking new medication. I think that helps. Did I not tell you that?
No.
You don't tell me shit, dude. This is why we pod, so I can catch up. I don't actually care about content.
Yeah, it's just for ADHD. I thought I did, but I don't know.
No. What'd you get?
It's called Strattera.
Okay.
I don't know what the generic version of it is, but
Strattera, cool.
Yeah, I talked to a psychiatrist who was very anti-stimulants, which I was kind of looking forward to.
You want a stimulant?
Yeah. I love calling it legal speed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what it is.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, he was very anti and said, that's actually why the Texas Tower shooter happened.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He was just strung out and did it?
According to the psychiatrist, but
damn.
Yeah, I don't think he was the best psychiatrist. We talked for half an hour.
But he gave you meds.
He did, which I appreciate. I do, and I do appreciate not being on stimulants. I don't know if they'd be more effective, but I'm happy to go the non-stimulant route.
Do you feel different post drugs?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I started on the very lowest dose, and I think it was a little placebo because I started to feel it 2 days later. Yeah.
Whoa. Feel what? As the medicine, or you feel reverting back to your old self, or what do you mean?
No, I mean after 2 days of starting the medication, I felt like I was getting benefits from it, more focused and able to executive function a little bit better.
Right. You think that's a placebo?
I don't know. I mean, after 2 days of taking a tiny dose, I think that's a little early to feel it. But I think what I've been doing is one thing every day towards, my to-do list that is ever growing.
Wow. Hell
so
yeah.
That feels good.
And do you think it's why do you think it's a placebo? I feel like 2 days is probably a normal.
Well, I don't know. I do think that 2 days is a little early for a mental health drug to take effect, but I
thought you were saying it wasn't early enough, and I was like, no, that sounds about right. It takes some time to.
Yeah, I think it'll take extra time, but what I'm saying is, after now it's been 2 months, I feel like it's not entirely placebo that it is allowing me to get
this
shit
is
done.
Not a stimulant.
No.
What is how does it work?
I honestly
don't
know. Yeah, I really don't.
I'll take any drug. I don't give a fuck as long as it's in my body.
Yeah, well, I was down to take a stimulant, so I feel like if this is less neurotoxic than a stimulant, then why would I say no to that?
It just sounds so addictive, stimulants. Because I thought about maybe getting
Well, try the Strattera.
Maybe. I gotta get diagnosed first. That's awesome.
It's pretty easy to get diagnosed.
Yeah, I know. But then it's the whole. I have to make an appointment.
Dude, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
You go to can I say the name? I think it's Talkiatry.
Yeah, you can say that. I don't care.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Well, I don't know. Sometimes pause bleep out, brands.
Brands.
Can I say Coke and Pepsi?
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Do you think people are coming at us?
The reason they do that is so they can they can sell the
monetize.
Yeah. Are we ever gonna do ads? We never talked about that.
No one's hit us up for ads.
Can I put an ad?
You gotta hit them.
Can I put an ad on the pod?
You can put an ad on the pod. Yeah, I don't care.
Hell yeah.
What do whatever you want. Should we do this off mic? What do we charge for ads?
I don't know.
Should be a lot.
I'll pay you $1.
We are getting decent listeners, so we have 200-ish per episode. For the amount of content we're putting out, which is not a lot, that's pretty decent. I feel like.
Yeah, that's why you forced me to do this podcast with you.
Yeah, I know. We're scraping by, unfortunately. Thank you for listening, though. If you guys are listening, we have some international listeners, which I think is pretty cool.
Can you see what country they're from?
Yeah, got Denmark, got some French, got some Spaniards.
That's pretty nice.
Those are the big three, I think, that post up. I have a friend who has a podcast, and it's huge. I can't remember what it was. I think it's a horror movie podcast or something. And it's apparently they get all of their listeners from India, because apparently there's a huge horror movie group there, and they just share horror shit together, and that podcast just ended up on their list of things to check out, and he gets 1,000 listeners per month from India, which I think is hilarious to me. That's what I want for this podcast to be, just random people outside the country. I want to be famous everywhere besides America.
Sure. You want to be huge in Japan?
Where's that from?
I think it comes from the 70s.
Yeah.
Where there were rock bands that were not popular in the U.S. or the U.K.
Yeah.
And they toured in Japan. I know Cheap Trick.
Yes.
You've heard of them?
Yep.
I don't think they were popular at all until they released their live album, Live at Budokan.
Okay.
Which was recorded live in Japan.
Wow.
But they were very popular in Japan before that.
Convention for Buddha? Is that what it was? Budokan?
Exactly.
Is that actually what it is?
No, it's a venue.
Oh. I don't know. Japanese weird.
Also, I think Judas Priest is another band that was very popular in Japan.
Nice.
In the 70s. They didn't get popular in the U.S. really until the 80s.
The 80s, yeah.
There's a lot of bands like that.
And they was just like, oh, big in Japan. I'm bigger than Japan.
Huge in Japan is what you said. Which I thought,
yeah, that was a dick joke.
You did.
Because, as an Asian man, I've received a lot of dick jokes throughout my life.
Yeah.
It's like, it's too big. And I'm like, no. Relax. It's fine. And they're like, oh, my God.
Like Godzilla?
Yeah.
Your dick is Godzilla?
Exactly. It's huge in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also pretty huge in America now, I'd say.
Godzilla?
My dick, but...
Okay.
I have a normal-sized penis, I think.
Did you guys know that...
This is so dumb. Anyway, what?
Did you... Well, I mean, I feel like you guys knew, but that Godzilla is just a metaphor for the nuclear bombs.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
kind
I
of
think
cool.
everyone knows that.
That's
Yeah.
like the point of it.
I'm not saying it as like a novel fact. I'm more saying it as like it's a fun fact that I like.
There's
It's
a lot of have you seen that meme where like World War II started hentai?
No.
Yeah, it's like World War II started like the like anime basically, and anime led to hentai. I think it's an amazing connection to make.
How so?
Because I think a lot of like early anime was like nuclear war based, World War II sort of based things, and like Godzilla-esque. That's sort of like, no, let me back up. I remember the connection now. World War II, post-World War II, Japan had a big boom in technology and arts and media. They actually had a huge campaign to pour all their money into media because they wanted to have Japan look cool because their economy was fucked. And so they wanted tourists to come, and they started investing in like the arts, and anime came up from that, and then from anime came hentai. Yeah, that's the connection.
That's interesting. I feel like Japan as a country is so smart. Like,
right?
They do it right.
What do you mean?
So often.
Oh, like bullet trains and shit?
Yeah, like everything they do, it just like it seems like they do it better.
Yeah, I think they're very focused on utilitarianism. Like, let's make this the best for everybody now. And so everyone's like on board immediately. Like, yes, let's suffer through like a few years of having no like transportation or whatever, and they'll like have high speed rails and stuff later. They're all about the future.
And collectivism.
Collectivism. Which I don't know. We talked about that.
Have we?
Yeah, a little. Maybe it was Fernando. But I feel more on the fence about collectivism. How like that's more of like an Eastern thing. I think it is inherently a little more, but I don't think it's to the extent of what we as Americans think of like as Asia. You know what I mean?
No, not entirely.
Someone's real hungry over here.
No, I'm just digesting.
I'm
just digesting.
Oh, I didn't even hear the...
I think there's an exoticism that's attributed to collectivism and sort of like this, like, whoa, we like want to strive for this sort of thing that, people in Asia like constantly do.
Right.
I don't think it's like as like unique.
I would think of it with the Nordic countries as well.
Yeah.
But
have you read Ender's Game?
Nah, you told me to read it though. So
then never mind.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Yeah.
No, what about it?
Well, are there spoilers?
Yes.
Then
I'm
fuck out of
not,
here with that.
You should
What?
just read the book.
Okay.
And then read it before the next time I'm on this podcast.
Yeah, right.
And then
We'll
we can
get
bring
back.
this up in 3 years when I'm on it again.
In 3 years?
Yeah.
That's all. I guess it took about 3 years to get you on the first time.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for about 3 years. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. Started 2020.
When's the birthday of the podcast?
No idea.
And you gonna celebrate it?
Should I?
Yeah, you should have a party.
That'd be really fun. Like have people come through and talk on the pod.
Yeah.
That'd
you
be
should
really
have
fun.
you should have everyone who's been on the pod before come in.
Oh.
And
Yeah. What?
Well, that's just that seems like a logistical nightmare.
I think it'd be fun though.
I don't necessarily mean the people who like the people who are on the podcast.
Right.
Sure.
You have a party and everyone says.
I was thinking like anyone who wants to just come on. I don't care if they've been on the pod.
Right.
There's a podcast I know for their 100th episode. They had an open invite for anyone who wanted to come by and just talk on the pod for a few minutes. But I think it was pretty cool. I listened to the episode.
Was it good?
Yeah.
It was mainly my friends, so it was like that's why it was good. I don't know if the conversation would have been good for a larger audience, but who cares about that?
So it wasn't good.
Yeah, sounds like it wasn't good, but they were his friends, and he's not going to say that.
What is good? You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, this is what you say.
No. You want to make music that you like. They want to make a podcast that they like.
Right. I didn't say anything. Okay. I didn't say anything about good or not.
That's true. Okay. Fair. So do you think your music's good?
I don't like that word to describe something. To describe something subjective, it's just a really simple word.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it you? I was talking like smart. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I don't really like those words. Smart, dumb, good, bad.
Intellectual. How do you feel about that word?
I don't know. That means a very different.
Yeah, it seems more specific.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think most people would attribute smart as intellectual. No?
No, I think.
No.
I mean,
No?
I think
I don't
people
know.
think I'm smart because I just remember facts, and so like that's a type of
Smartness.
intelligence or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think that's what Steven's saying, because he wouldn't say that I'm smart.
Yeah.
Even though I remember facts.
Do you think you're smart?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because I remember facts.
We don't like that.
He said he doesn't like that word. I like that word.
You like that word?
Especially when it's applied to me. Absolutely.
Oh shit! Headphones fell.
Do you want to take a break?
No, it's cool. We actually don't need these. I think the level's pretty good. But
Okay.
yeah, that's interesting. But you don't like to be called smart at all.
No, not really.
Do you think you're smart?
I mean, the way people use that word, yes.
Wow. How do you think people use that word?
The way that I just...
I mean, people use it to describe people's intelligence on like a linear, dumb to smart scale. But I think it's more complicated and nuanced than that.
Sure. But what do you think people? So do you don't? I guess you do think people have a general idea of what smart, in terms of the definition of smart is, though, right?
Right, and they conflate it with like high IQ
Okay.
type stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, but I don't really believe that's a thing.
Believe high IQ.
Yeah.
So you think of high IQ.
Well,
Yeah, I probably do. But
well, yeah, when they tested me, it was super
like-
high. But
It's 200 points.
actually,
How does it go?
I have no idea.
I think it's 180 is the highest.
have
have
you
no
gotten your IQ tested?
No.
Oh, okay.
You haven't
Yeah,
taken
I
those?
also don't know how high it goes, but I feel like 140 is good. There's also a beautiful episode of Seinfeld where,
Yeah.
Yes, that episode is very funny.
yeah, Elaine's very smart. She actually has a high
The
IQ,
highest
and
one?
I
Yeah.
think she went to Tufts, which was her safety school.
That's funny.
Yeah. But anyway, so George is dating a woman who's just taking a psychology class, and
Yeah.
she needs him to be a guinea pig to take an IQ test. And
Right.
he appears to be smart, one, because he wears glasses.
Yeah.
And people think he's smart, and he tells people that he got a 1570 on the SAT.
Yeah.
So then his girlfriend makes him take the test, and then he's like, well, shit, like she's gonna find out that I'm dumb.
Yeah.
And so he has Elaine take it for him and pass it through the window so that she can, and she gets a 144 eventually, which
pretty
is
high.
very good.
Yeah.
Good score.
That's funny. Damn.
Yeah.
I had that same idea when I was a kid for a TV show.
What, Seinfeld?
That
Show
exact
about
same
nothing?
thing, yeah.
What I just described?
What you just
That
described.
episode?
Yeah.
I don't
that
believe
episode, smartphones.
you. Yeah.
And what's the other thing I invented? Podcasting? No.
No. I don't remember.
Me neither. I guess we're all dumb here.
Yeah, why don't we rewind?
Yeah. I thought you had a good memory. What happens?
No, I remember facts. I have a bad...
That's a fact, dude. You think my life's a joke? Not real? These
No,
are
I
facts.
just... it's more situational. I feel like I remember facts. Like, did you guys know that Godzilla is a metaphor for nuclear bombs?
I know that's I don't know if that's is it true? Is that confirmed? The creator of Godzilla said that?
It's a fun fact.
Yeah. It might just be coincidental though too. I've thought about that.
It would literally be in the section called movie trivia. It would be in that
Yeah,
section.
I mean,
Right.
Godzilla's not actually about that. It's just about a big lizard.
I mean,
Yeah.
we make movies now about big things.
No, we don't.
We do, sort of.
What was that shitty movie where the mechs fought the
Pacific Rim?
monsters? Yeah.
It wasn't shitty. It's a great
it was
movie.
It's also-
terrible. That shit
it's
was
fantastic.
awful.
I love Pacific
It
Rim.
is insane, the movies that you watch, Steven. I
it
really,
really is. I don't understand your taste in
I went and saw it in theaters.
that's
So
maybe
did-
it'd be
yeah,
better
it's
in
a-
theaters.
I disagree. I think Pacific Rim is actually a pretty good movie,
Yeah.
but you do have crazy taste in like movie TV media because it doesn't match your like
Right,
movie
because
taste.
that's really.
Yeah, I feel like the music you listen to,
I
you'd
think
be
a lot
more
of
into.
nerds watch Marvel movies and listen to black metal. I think that
Really?
Steven has a big...
No, actually, I don't think that's the case.
I feel like
Well, honestly, Marvel is so ubiquitous that it's like, somebody who loves Marvel also loves probably everything on Earth.
To be fair, I only like the movies because I read all the comic books.
Yeah, there's a factor of nostalgia.
Which is different from, I think, liking the movies, which there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
So you're a bigger nerd than most people who watch Marvel movies.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, I was thinking like most people who I know who like death metal are into like more artsy movies. You know?
Oh, I like those.
Yeah. Come on, Steven. He loves Woody Allen.
Yeah. Which is your favorite Woody Allen movie? Annie Hall guy.
No, Blue Jasmine actually.
Blue Jasmine.
Yeah.
People do like that.
Yeah, but there's so many people in that movie who are canceled.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
who else?
For example,
Woody Allen, Louis C.K.
Oh my God.
Louis C.K.'s in that movie?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Andrew Dice Clay is in it, but he's
Is he canceled?
He was canceled in like
when
he started. I mean, that was his whole shtick, right? Is saying
the
offensive
nicest
stuff.
guy in the world. But he does.
That
yeah,
doesn't
he's
matter
right,
with the shit that he was saying on stage.
I
don't know it exactly, but
that's like a character. He's like an edgy comic. But off stage, apparently, he's like the sweetest man.
And I can't remember I'm blanking on his name, but he's in 30 Rock.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin.
He shot a woman. That's nuts.
Well, that's not why he was canceled.
I know. I was thinking about why he was canceled, and I remember that he shot a woman. Did you guys see his Instagram
Yes, I
post?
was going to bring that up. That's insane. What a flex.
He did you see it?
I heard about it.
Yeah. Well, for the people
real.
who are listening, he
So
posted. So he shot and killed a woman on accident.
Yeah. On purpose.
Well, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Because he
dead.
killed the only witness. But so he shot and killed a woman, and then on Instagram he posted like I think it was just like a picture of her, right? And it said like 1 year ago today.
Right.
A little insensitive.
Hilarious.
And it's incredible because I mean his PR person has got to be making 6 figures, and they just let him do that.
Well, he probably just had access to the Instagram, just did it.
Right, but
do you think he made that post, or do you think whoever his agent hired as his PR agency?
I think he made that post because I cannot imagine a PR person being like, "This is tasteful." Like that's insane to me. That's like
I don't know. People are incompetent at everything.
Yeah, you'd be
People
surprised.
are dumb.
Sure.
Digested. What? Yeah.
I think incompetent is a better word
for dumb.
Well, no, I mean, as Steven said, dumb is like hard to define, but incompetent, you know exactly what
people
I'm
are
talking
incompetent. Sometimes people just don't care.
Yeah, I think that's what I define as dumb, though, in my mind. Someone who's incompetent, who can't like do things.
No, there's so many.
Usually,
many layers to being dumb, man.
Usually, people are incompetent at a specific thing, not at everything.
Right.
Yeah, and then I would say they're dumb at this, and then
no,
they're smart at other like math.
Oh my god,
this guy can't button his shirt.
You're just butchering these words. Steven's right. They have little meaning.
I'm just proving your point that it's very confusing and subjective. So, I'm on your side. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just joking around.
I'm deeply offended.
Yeah. This is a serious spot.
We are about to hit an hour. We have to start wrapping up.
Sure.
Unfortunately, it was a good talk though.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
What could have been better?
The host could have been a little more professional.
How so?
Not forgotten the SD card.
That's true. I also forgot my headphones.
But that was okay because we had one. It's just Steven's fault for not having extra SD cards at his house.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
you better fucking delete that. You better fucking delete that.
All right,
I'll help you.
It.
Yeah. What's
anyway,
the timestamp?
Timestamp 50:57.
Okay, 50:57.
No, 57.
57:57.
Just 57.
57.
I'll find it from there. But anyway, I'll bleep it out.
Well, you got to record an intro and outro.
No, not for these.
Why not?
Because what are we gonna intro and outro? It's just us.
Yeah, you and Fernando have to record the intro and outro.
We have to? You want an intro and outro for a conversation that he wasn't even in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've recorded like 80 intros for
we
conversations and then you're like, are you gonna stick around? I'm like, no chance in hell. Like I gotta go. I can't sit still.
You should come hang at the pod more often. It's a fun time.
Can I come?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Can he just?
You don't want to stay for the pod?
It's just it's difficult because I know I'm gonna listen to it later, and it's like then
Why are you gonna listen to it?
To produce and
but
to
you can
find a good clip.
You also just listen to it the first time.
Yeah, but it's just so hard for like because when I listen to the podcast, I walk around or I'm playing with my dog or I'm playing video games or whatever.
It's also like scheduling wise, we don't need another person to schedule.
Yeah, that's true. And then the other thing is like honestly, this is I don't know. I think honestly I've done swimmingly by just sitting here. I told you guys I'd fidget. The mic is the same distance it was when it started. But normally, well, you guys were talking earlier about walking and talking. Like every time I'm on a phone call, I'm pacing, like always. So for me to sit and listen to the three of you guys talk, like,
are you on your Strata or whatever? Strata?
Stratera? Maybe I don't know. Let's give it one more try. Oh yeah, I take it every day. Except for yesterday, I forgot because I'm fucking reckless. I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I didn't take my Stratera.
But we never got to it, but that's okay.
We kind of did.
A little bit.
Yeah, I answered it already.
Yeah.
But I want to get deeper into this feeling of recklessness.
I mean, we can talk a little. Yeah, you kind of.
I gotta go though. Unfortunately, I'm a busy guy. So
yeah, that's on you.
That is on me. And I like it because I'm trying to chase fame. You know.
I guess so. What were we talking about? I feel like there was one thing. Oh, I would just like to hear Steven's perfect day.
Yeah.
Oh, my perfect day. No, but you're gonna hate my answer.
Why?
I wouldn't really want one perfect day.
Okay.
I would like a normal day that is the perfect routine that I can follow every single day.
Well, you've listened to this pod. People, you know that people do that.
I know.
They have routines.
Yeah.
So what are elements in this routine?
I would sleep in a little bit.
Great.
Wake up at 8.
Okay.
It like actually triggers me to hear people say shit like that.
I'm so.
You should try waking up.
Dude, I've tried.
At a normal
I
hour.
should try waking up before 10 a.m. Absolutely. I should try to do that. But when you say words like 7 a.m. and shit, it hurts my soul. But anyway.
Yeah.
So you wake up at 8 a.m.
Ideally, it is a sunny day. Maybe mid 60s.
Did you say you'd eat something?
I'm still in bed at this point.
So it's mid 60s.
No,
okay.
absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misheard Steven.
No, I wake up from the sun coming in my windows and waking me up.
Yeah.
And I get up and I have my normal breakfast of overnight oats.
That you made the night before?
Yes.
You planned ahead for the perfect day?
Yes.
Love it. Overnight oats, interesting.
Yeah. A little bit of almond milk, specifically the one with a hint of honey.
You put it in the overnight oats?
Yes.
Let it soak it up?
Yeah.
There's an almond milk with a hint of honey flavor?
Yeah. It's really good.
Why don't you
Who makes it?
just put a little bit of honey in it?
No, the other one.
I hate silk.
Okay. Yeah.
I can show. It's literally
I'll
in my
look in the
refrigerator.
fridge.
I can show you after this.
Yeah.
Can we take another pod? No. Finish your story.
Okay.
And I go to the gym
Nice. Get ripped.
and work out. Yep, exactly.
Nice.
Which day?
Deadlifts.
Deadlift?
Ooh,
Deadlifts.
your favorite thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Favorite
And
lift? I was doing those the other day.
oh yeah,
Pretty good, yeah.
I didn't know you went to the gym.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
How come you don't go to the gym with me?
Neither. Because I go to one gym. And
What
it's
gym?
not near any of you guys. Blink.
Why don't you go to the one I go to?
It's not conducive to my schedule.
That's fair.
So.
Okay.
Anyway, so you go to the gym.
Yep.
Now you're rips.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep. And then then the rest of the day is free. Gonna hang out,
Music?
see some of my friends, make some
Nice.
music.
Do a podcast with your best friends?
No, probably not. If I'm being honest.
Jesus fuck. All right.
And then in the evening, I go to a sit concert
Okay.
with all the bands I want to see.
Nice.
Ideally,
Mm-hmm.
bands that are too famous to play small venues, but playing at a small venue.
Do bands ever drop in like comedians do?
Yes.
That's
So
sick.
a few years ago, Megadeth played at St. Vitus Bar,
That's sick.
and their band normally they play at like Hammerstein Ballroom or like one of the arenas in Long Island or New Jersey.
Yeah.
But they played a secret show at St. Vitus Bar, which is a
you go?
250 capacity.
Yeah.
But
But they weren't like on a lineup.
No, they usually big bands like that. They actually have fake band names that they
That's sick.
book shows under. So the
I
Megadeth
love-
one
I
is
love that.
Vic
That's
and
so
Vic
fun.
and the Rattleheads.
Yeah, that's so fun. Hell yeah.
Right, so you have to be in the know.
Yeah.
And last
But
summer,
that's not like a drop in though. You know what I mean?
I mean, it sort of is.
Yeah.
I mean, last summer before their tour, Metallica was doing one-off shows in cities at small venues.
Sure.
And basically, they just announced it the day of, and you had to go, and it was $20 a ticket, and you could only pay cash.
Yeah.
And so the only way you could go is if you were there and
Sure.
paid $20. You couldn't buy the tickets online or whatever. And I was hoping they'd do one in New York, but they didn't.
Right.
So something like that.
Okay.
I feel like that'd still be really hard to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
In
you'd
New
have to
York?
be you'd have to be close enough
Right.
to go there.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, I'm saying like even if it's in New York, I feel like the line would be, you know, as long as the New York City Marathon. Am I right, guys?
Full circle.
Right, but I had it all planned out. I went on all the venues that seemed like they could realistically do something like that. And
Right.
a bunch of them had shows scheduled. And I found the one where there was no show scheduled, and I just had all their socials up, refreshing it all day. And I actually went into the office
Wow.
that day because it was closer to the venue. Because I was hoping like if this happens, I'm just gonna leave work and go.
Damn. Where do you work?
I don't anymore.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, so you see a concert and then what?
Then I come home and go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Wow, you don't go to your best friend's comedy show or anything? Or
No, I was at the concert. Remember?
yeah, but it's an early concert.
No,
What
usually
time does the concert start?
probably doors at 8, show at 9,
Okay.
and 3 bands only because I'm
great.
too old for anything else.
Sure.
What 3 bands?
I don't know. There's so many bands I like. I could
Right.
probably name any 3.
Right.
It would be fine. But I went to a show last weekend. It was 5 bands, and it took a lot of energy out
Yeah,
of me.
to just keep going.
Yeah,
But I feel like if it's your perfect day, they'll play like fucking on time. You know what I mean?
that's true.
That's
That's
true.
true. That's another thing. They
control the time.
stick to the set times.
Yeah.
And the time between bands is very short.
Impossible.
Maybe 5 minutes, enough time to go to the bathroom and get another beer.
Yeah.
But none of this 30 minutes.
That's an
Waiting.
Yeah.
And
Truly a
Steven,
perfect
I mean,
day.
with the concerts that we've gone to, 30 minutes would be pretty nice too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. That's true.
We've sat for hours
Hours
waiting for.
waiting.
Yeah, like that band was good. Let's hang out for a couple. Let's watch a movie and then we'll see the next.
Yeah, I
band.
mean, it was
Damn.
better when I smoked and I could go outside and chain smoke in between bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Smoking, the punctuation points of
Ooh,
life.
yeah. Would you have a cigarette on your perfect day? But it doesn't count. It like.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Or cheat.
Probably not.
Damn, dude, that's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
You found your moment of zen, your place of zen. With
I
cigarettes.
really wish I could still smoke, but it just
Yeah.
makes you feel so bad.
Yeah.
Sure, you're too old for that. If you were younger, your perfect day would include a bunch of cigarettes.
Yeah,
For
to
sure.
be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of smartphones, I think if I made like a cigarette that wasn't bad for you,
Yeah.
I think that would
But
do
it's like,
really
what's
well.
the point? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
it's tough.
You're just smoking them to kill yourself.
I also invented cigarettes, e-cigarettes. I had that idea. a
Yeah?
long time ago, yeah. When I was in 2nd grade, I remember drawing out a cigarette and being like, what if this is battery powered? And now they fucking took it from me. Jewel took it from me.
Should sue him.
That's. I could be really rich right now. I could be famous and rich. All right, time to
Killing
end
the
this.
youth of our nation.
Yeah. Actually, Hillary.
No, I said killing the youth of our nation with the e-cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, any other thoughts, guys? On the house?
I don't think so.
This has
Steven?
been fun.
No.
It's a hard note. You want to sign us out?
I don't know. I mean, I forget what it is. It's like, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Check. I also forgot. Now I
Yeah, what
realized
do you
it.
even say? He just says thanks
Jesus
for listening.
Christ, this is so unprofessional.
Oh, no,
Catch
but
you guys on the next one.
That's it. That's what we always say.